Hey everyone, today we're diving into the battle of the best budget diesel heaters, a head-to-head comparison of HCalorie and other popular diesel heaters. We will break down the specs, performance, and value. We'll cover what real users are asking about online, from best diesel heaters for camping to diesel heater fuel consumption reviews. Let's heat things up. With so many different parts out there for these diesel heaters, I wanted to make things simple for you because only the right parts will work. I've added an Amazon Associates link in the description for the correct parts. I'll explain how they're used in this video to help your diesel heaters succeed, particularly in freezing conditions or high altitudes. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's start by talking about a lot of similarities between these diesel heaters out there. First is the warranty, 30 days, usually only if not used. This type of model usually comes with 2 windows to monitor the fuel level. Price is roughly going to be about $120 for a 5-liter tank, and it's going to weigh about 20.4 pounds. They both have the vented cap, and they both have top grab handles, and they're exactly the same. They all take roughly 5 minutes to start, and they all get pretty hot at the lowest setting. All the pre-assembled models are pretty similar with self-priming as long as your diesel heater is sitting flat. A lot of the heaters also come with a remote control, which is quite lovely on freezing nights to control the temperature from your bed or from the inside. HCalorie in particular makes low noise, but it's not low enough for me to say it's significant from the rest. I have yet to come across any diesel heater that's sufficient for someone who's a very light sleeper, but the exhaust pipe and the muffler combination are fairly quiet. As far as setting things up, YouTube is going to be your best resource. I'll show you how mine is set up at the end of the video here. These models usually come with an LCD monitor that has different heating levels, and they're all constructed by this thin aluminum. Considering it's a flimsy type of metal, it does hold the unit very well, although I wouldn't try to stack anything on top of it. It seems like all the diesel heaters now are 5 kilowatt heating capacity. This means they're going to be great for fans, large tents, or even a small room space. I can't recommend this as a full-time heater, but I can say it's a pretty great supplemental heater if you need one. Perfect for overlanding, in particular because of its dry heat. So if you're in the wet or you're in the snow, you get to dry everything and wake up to a very dry tent, decreasing your risk for having mold issues in your rooftop tent. The HCalorie diesel heater. This model is praised for its robust build and consistent heating output. Alright, so this thing is blazing hot, and so I'm going to turn it off. Let's talk about where HCalorie pulls itself away from the rest. HCalorie comes with a plateau mode for high altitudes, which you don't find in most models, and it also comes with a highland mode for extreme altitudes. HCalorie also has an app to control and monitor the heat. I don't use apps because I don't like them monitoring me personally, but I am reading online that people do find the app easier to use than the actual LCD monitor. I really like the fuel efficiency of this one. It's advertised to burn 0.1 to 0.35 liters per hour, which has been on par with my experience. I'm averaging about 0.25 liters per hour, and that's in the snow on medium to medium high. Alright, I ran the diesel heater all night. This is Jackery 1000, and we're still at about 75%. So this size battery would last, this bad size battery should last at least 3 nights. We also are charging a phone, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. HCalorie says they have short circuit protection, over voltage protection, overheating protection. I do see electronics in there that I think help with the short circuit protection and the over voltage protection, but for overheating protection, I'm not used to seeing that without any type of thermostat, and when I opened this unit up, I didn't see any thermostat, so I'm not sure how they're monitoring that. But I'm no engineer, so take that how you like. And as far as I can tell, I think this is what they're calling reverse connection prevention. That little divot so that you can only plug it in one way. HCalorie is also offering a startup and shutdown based on preset times, so you can tell the unit when you want it on and off. My unit's always off. I just turn it on when I need it. Look at that. Starts right up. I already feel it powering up. What I thought was a nice touch by HCalorie was the 90-degree exhaust elbow to help protect the exhaust pipe from touching anything, as long as it's on a flat surface. Don't get me wrong, it still gets really hot down there and you still need to make sure you have nothing flammable and be safe about the whole thing, but just knowing that it's not coming into direct contact provides a little bit more security. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing any of the other diesel heaters offering this yet, especially for people who mount their diesel heaters in a garage or something like this. Alright, so this thing is blazing hot, and so I'm going to turn it off now. See, it's off and it's still cycling. So we'll let it do its thing. And it usually takes anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes. Here is a look at the finished product. I like to leave the heating vent unclamped so that I can just slide the hose on and off as needed, and it's so much easier to pack on my trips. And I do the same for the exhaust hose. So it's actually the exhaust that's on the front side and the air intake on the rear. You can see everything's clamped up and everything's supported. A quick mention here is that the muffler has a hole on one side, and that is to clear condensation. So keep that side pointed down. I'll show you what I do at this section here in another video. I have an inline fuse idea that I like to run, and it's been working well so far. If you're having difficulties with your diesel heater, I'd love to help you troubleshoot. I got a video for that, and it goes over all the common issues that people have starting to use their unit. Whether you're traveling to higher elevations, wondering what's number 1 diesel versus number 2 diesel, and anti-gelling. Once you get it running and you figure out how to keep it happy, usually it runs very well. I'll put a link to that video down below. We covered things like smoke color, the heater starting up but never actually turns all the way on, and things like this. If you already have a diesel heater running well, then I'd like to also recommend another video I have. It's my portable diesel heater recommended safety tips video, where we talk about fire prevention, fire safety, how to manage your fuel, and I'll provide Amazon associate links to help you guys all find what you need. So I want to thank you guys for being hard garage workers or just getting outdoors, and also for being here today. Hopefully you enjoy one of my other videos. Let's go ahead and help you troubleshoot or make sure that you're operating your diesel heater with the recommended safety